Our last story tonight is about a vast icy landscape, the Arctic, the northernmost region of the Earth. It is a floating pan of ice where polar bears feast, reindeers and foxes roam, and waters teem with seals. Beneath the surface, more animals depend on the Arctic underside. Now, this is a delicate ecosystem and it needs the ice. But for decades now, the Arctic has been in a death spiral. The world is warming up, so is the Arctic, and the situation is much worse there. The Arctic is warming faster than almost anywhere else on the planet, at 2 or 3 times the global rate. Its ice has been melting rapidly since 1978. Now time is running out. The white Arctic is turning blue faster than expected. Now a new study is out. It says the Arctic will be completely ice-free in just about a decade. By 2035, the summer sea ice on the Arctic Ocean could disappear entirely, in which case the Arctic would be mostly water. Now, this is alarming on many levels. You see, the Arctic is a multi-dimensional space. Its surface, the area beneath it, the air above, the water around it, all of this serves a purpose. All of it depends on ice. So when the ice melts, all of it is affected. Animals will lose their homes, their habitats will melt away, and you know what comes next. We start losing the animals in large numbers. The harm extends to humans as well. Sea ice reduces the effect of ocean waves on coasts. Without the ice, waves will be stronger and bigger. They will cause more erosion. People living on the coast will suffer the most, but so will others the world over. When permafrost thaws, it releases 2 potent greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide and methane. This further heats up the planet at a faster pace. This will cause more extreme weather events, especially in North America, Europe and Asia. Remember the searing heat wave last year that left America and Europe sizzling? Or the catastrophic floods in Pakistan from the year before. Such events will increase in likelihood, and they will be much harsher. Plus, melting permafrost could unlock the next pandemic. Viruses and bacteria could reawaken, infect local wildlife and prompt a disease spillover. If you think this is too far-fetched, think again, because this has happened before. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, yet some are finding opportunities in this crisis. Because the Arctic region has abundant mineral deposits. It has oil and gas reserves. Melting ice means they're more accessible by ship, and countries want to take advantage of it. And speaking of taking advantage, of course, China is leading the pack. It is heavily investing in the Northern Sea route. It will go over the top of Russia and give China clear access to the Arctic. It will also boost maritime trade. Shipping time between China and Europe will go down by 15 days. Canadian and Scandinavian countries are interested as well. They're hoping for more shipping routes to open up. Meanwhile, the US is keen too. The region is contentious for America. Greenland has a wealth of gold, zinc, iron and uranium. In 2019, Donald Trump wanted to buy it from Denmark. And last year, the Biden administration approved a huge oil drilling project in Alaska, despite widespread opposition. So the Arctic is clearly enjoying political relevance, but not in the way one would hope. 90% of its melting is because of human-caused heating, because of fossil fuel emissions from oil, gas and coal, yet countries are busy finding a silver lining here. Instead of scrambling to save the ice, that's what they're doing. Sure, some progress has been made. Like last year, the COP28 climate summit was held in Dubai, and for the first time ever, nearly 200 nations and regions approved a global pact. They agreed to transition away from fossil fuels, to quit adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere by mid-century. One can only hope that they stick to their promises, or the Arctic as we know it will soon be frozen only in memory.